Hey, this is Adam, and this is Tales of Inspiration. And I was just wondering if everybody else has been lacking some up dog. Yeah, what's up, dog? Hopefully you got that joke. I know it's a stupid little joke, but some guy pulled that on me. I caught him. We were walking to the beach and just pulled up in they pulled up in their car, and they yelled out the window. They're like, "Hey, do you have any up dog?" And then I was thinking, I was like, I know this dude's messing with me. And then I was thinking, what's up, dog? I was like, what's up, dog? And he started cracking up laughing. He's like, yeah, what's up, dog? So today I just wanted to talk about, so I had an uncle, and this dude loved to tell jokes. And I find it funny that nowadays, I think people can use it a lot more than they used to, but people don't really tell jokes too often. I know every time when I'd hang out with my family and them, my uncle, he always had new jokes. Every time we'd see him, we'd go visit my grandparents, he'd be there, he'd be visiting, and he always had a new joke to tell us. And I always remember that it cracked me up, just the random jokes he would find, and wondering where people even would come up with these jokes from. But I notice nowadays when you hang out with people, most of the time people don't even have jokes to tell. Nobody really says any of the old jokes or even comes up with too many new jokes anymore. I'm guessing that nowadays it's not so politically correct to say a lot of these jokes, but you know what? I think people need to lighten up on this whole politically correct stuff because they take everything way too damn serious, and it doesn't matter anyway. You could be politically correct as much as you want, but it's I think there's always a word that they're gonna come up with, and later on that word is gonna be offensive because of the way people use it. Just like, for example, I know that George Carlin was a old comedian. I didn't really find him that funny, but he had some really clever things, and it was true. It's like a lot of time people used to talk about like kids. They'd say about kids or people in general, they'd call them fat. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, it's not okay to call people fat because it's not a nice word. So then they started calling them overweight or something. And then from overweight, that wasn't nice. So they started calling them chubby, or chubby wasn't nice. And husky, they call kids husky because it wasn't right to call a kid fat because it would hurt them mentally. But it's like, doesn't matter. There's that saying, it's called a rose by any other name is still a rose. And it's like, come on, people. You want to be politically correct. You want to talk about saying the right things, like fat, chubby, obese, well, obese is a different one, but husky, plump, big bone, thick, whatever you want to call it. They're all different words that describe the same exact thing, and it doesn't matter. You can change the word a million times and somebody's going to find it offensive. And this whole mental health thing, I know it's Mental Health Awareness Month, but I think people need to lighten up and realize about the old sayings and bring some of that back about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me. What happened to that good old saying, teaching the little kids when other kids used to call them at school names and all that? I mean, in the end, they're really just words, and people need to not be so soft these days. I think we have way too much time on our hands just to think about stupid things, about names and different things and why they hurt us and stuff, instead of actually having real problems and things to worry about. People get so bored that they find stupid little things like this to complain about. And so back to the whole joking thing, I think that's one of the big things. People should start bringing back jokes because it's nothing like hearing a good old joke and laughing about it. And I mean, there's always going to be somebody that gets offended, but come on, laughter is probably better than the one or two people that get offended by it. And I think they need to learn how to lighten up. But yeah, I think people need to bring back jokes. I know my uncle used to always tell jokes. I had a few friends that used to tell jokes. Nowadays they have the only jokes that people laugh at are some of the dad jokes. I guess they're the only ones that are old enough to come up with dumb jokes. And even those are funny because they're so stupid and sometimes simple that it makes it hilarious. But yeah, I think everybody needs to joke a little bit more and tell some jokes and spread the laughter. It was that old saying too that laughter is the best medicine. And it's always better to have a smile on your face than sit there with a scowl and be upset. So next time you hang out with somebody, I encourage you to tell them a joke, even if it doesn't make them laugh. And let's see if I could think of a quick joke real quick. So yeah, here's one from, it was the movie Desperado. So there's this guy, he goes into a bar, and he's talking to the bartender, and they're just chit-chatting back and forth, and then he looks at the bartender, he's like, guess what? He's like, you see this? He's like, I'm gonna put this cup on the bar. He's like, and I guarantee you, he's like, I bet you $100 that I could piss in this cup and not get a drop on the bar. And the bartender says, oh yeah? He's like, I bet you you can't. And he's like, 1 second. He walks over to this group of guys and he tells them something, whispers to them. He points to the bartender and the cup, and the bartender looks at him and gives him the okay. And so he walks over, he pulls out his junk, he starts pissing. He's pissing all over the bar, he pisses on the bartender, and he's just missing everything. There's not a single drop that hits the cup that he's trying to pee in, and the bartender's just cracking up laughing. And then the guy finishes and the bartender's like, you idiot. He's like, you owe me $100. And the guy says, oh, that's fine. And he's like, why are you so happy? He's like, you just lost $100. And he's like, yeah. He's like, but I went over to those guys and I told each one of them that I bet them $50 that I could piss all over the bar and the bartender, and not only will I not get in trouble for it, the bartender will be happy about it. Yeah, it was kind of a goofy joke, but that's my joke. So everybody subscribe, like, continue watching, and don't forget to tell a joke from time to time. I'll see you next time.